So I haven't presented this idea ever before, or any idea ever before, and I haven't done Pecha ever before. So this is very much a work in progress. So I apologize for the bumps in this. I just finished it today. Okay, so here's some headlines. LaGuardia is a third world country. Rikers Island is New York's Abu Ghraib. And a while ago, I was struck by how close LaGuardia is to Rikers Island and what a total waste Rikers Island is of space, etc. And then I saw that they're building this new LaGuardia for $3.6 billion, but it's going to have the same lousy connections and the same lack of places you can go because it doesn't have long runways, etc. But it's a duck, as my parents would say. And so it looks cool, so it's all about substance. And here's another awful waste of money. And what's worse is I have to agree with the New York Post. And then there's the Freedom Tower, which I understand some people like. But I hate this New York. I came to the New York that was from the 1970s, and I hate this. But I do like Paris, which is just such a fantastic place. I'm not moving there yet, but they have a great train system, and the TGV is at Charles de Gaulle, and you can catch the RER all over Paris, not just one stop. And it's not pathetic, and it's really good, but it's not as good as we can make New York. This is from Wikipedia. I can only understand the numbers to be how important the borough is. So you have Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, and Staten Island. So I think we can move to a multi-borough mindset, a new LaGuardia, and connect rail like the RER, etc. This is LaGuardia. This is what it was originally. It didn't look anything like it. Then they built this. There's still water. Then they put a parking lot here and concrete runways here. That's important. And this is a plan view of the way it is today, etc. So I had a bigger idea, I think. It's to put more concrete over the water. Environmentalists will hate me for this. But long runways that are 10,000 feet, and get rid of Rikers, and then put the terminal in the Bronx, where is the Northeast Corridor and all the trains that go between New York and Boston, and the 2 and 5 train where you can get to New York quick, etc., and all that, and build this high-rise mega terminal where you can take a train, get on a platform, take an escalator and elevator down onto an air train after you checked in and gone through security, and go to your gate and fly anywhere in the world that you want to, for not that much money, because it's all sort of found infrastructure. So here it is, the high-def terminal, high-density terminal. Again, huge rail station, huge all this stuff, etc. And this, in a way, is a dissent against the waste of money of the Calatrava and stuff, because this wouldn't cost that much more than what they're doing in creating their ducts. Anyway, so this is a section of the building looking north. Again, you have these like mega thing, and you catch these like 120-person elevators down to check in and then go. And so it's like the total experience. You take a subway, you arrive on the platform, and you're at your check-in, and then you go to your gate, etc. So it's a new airport idea. This is Paris 114 years ago, and before the RER connected all the train stations together. And what the RER did was create these tunnels where you could move through the city, and it connected the whole region to the city, something that we don't do, which is stupid. Even Philadelphia does it. So this is what the MTA plans to do, which is to bring Long Island Railroad to Grand Central and to have some train stops of Metro North going into Penn Station, but it's too crowded because they're using Penn Station as a terminal instead of a station. They should learn that. This is the Second Avenue Subway. So 3 mega stations, Penn Station, Sunnyside, Queens, which is a whole other issue, and then this big new airport there, and then all the rail networks entirely going through there. And then because of that, you can connect to all the airports directly, although never as quickly as the Hunts Point LaGuardia, which is the thing. This is the same basic idea with this mega train where, and also this is important, businesses can only be in Manhattan because their workers come from the suburbs, which means that they can't like come into New Jersey and then come out to somewhere in Queens or the Bronx or whatever. So New York is very centric that way. This would change that. So it'd be one region, develop the Bronx and Queens, and workforce friendly, et cetera, as I just said, and then full transit. And then you could create new convention center in this big, huge Sunnyside, Queens, which is like multiple times the West Side Yards development site. And this is all my sort of nerdy stuff of how I'm doing it, but I don't know if it's that interesting. But anyway, so you can stop and change the train, fix up the trains at Hunts Point and keep Penn Station moving, basically. And then it's like huge yard with like lots of stuff and things like that. This is New York today, and you have to take you have to really, if you take the car to the airport for the most part, and it sucks at rush hour. And that's why LaGuardia is a third world airport, not because of the fact that it's not a duck. And that's it. I think I have. Oh, I didn't have. Yeah. Anyway, that is that. And this is my good friend Fred Schwartz, who just died, and he had the Think team, and so I named it after him. And this is my friend Henry Smith Miller, who came up with the Hunts Point idea, and Sigmund Lerner, who's a terrific friend as well. So anyway, that's it. That was fast.